Hello and welcome to my channel. I am your host Suzanne. Hope you're having an awesome Sunday. It's a little late in the day that I'm recording this and posting it. Had a late night yesterday, so woke up a bit late. Anyways, I just wanted to first thank everyone for the birthday wishes, the calls, messages. I feel truly blessed and grateful, so thank you for that. Let's get into our video for today. So before we begin anything, I just wanted to show you my meal prep. I made a chickpea quinoa salad and I made a pasta salad, which is going to be my staple for this week. And with the chickpea salad, when I'm ready to eat it, I'm going to chop up at least 1 cup or 1.5 cup of baby spinach, maybe half an avocado, and drizzle it with some olive oil and lemon juice. To go with it, my protein, what's marinating right now is a bourbon chicken. I am going to give you the recipe, and it's going to be plated on how I'm eating this, and it's going to be posted on my Instagram, so stay tuned for that. And I marinated some chicken. It's herb and paprika. Both these chickens will be in the air fryer when I'm ready to eat. I have a salmon that I have marinated, and then I have 2 pieces of cod or tilapia, I think. Can't remember right now what fish this is, but I have that in there too. So this is going to be my meal prep for the week, and I'm sure I'm going to add some more protein into it, and when I do, it's just going to go into the air fryer. Okay, so let's get into it. One of my subscribers and viewers have asked about inflammation and how to either stop inflammation in the body or how to prevent inflammation from happening to the body. Now, by no means, this is a disclaimer, by no means am I a doctor or a dietitian. If your doctor has specifically asked you to eat something or do something, if it's not feeling good for you and it is affecting you in a way that, it's just not sitting well, please go talk to your doctor and seek a professional medical advice. What I do to prevent inflammation in my body, which, it could help you. The first thing I do is I stay away from processed food as much as possible. Sometimes it's inevitable. I may be running low. I might need to go get a box of chicken nuggets, or I know I keep saying chicken nuggets. It could be a multitude of things, but always check, always check the label. Make sure that there's no extra additives, preservatives, because all those things are harmful for your body. Some of the chemicals that are in there don't even break down. The body does not recognize it. So that is something for you to take into account and consider. What I do add in my diet that prevents inflammation: 1, least amount of processed food. 2, intake of fiber. I increase my intake of fiber, increase my intake of water. Antioxidants, load my nutrition with that. So by that, in terms of berries, leafy greens, or whatever. So again, a combination. There's tons of lists out there, and I'm sure if you go to Health Canada, I'm sure you'll be able to find that list of antioxidants. Those that are suffering with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, there is a low glycemic index available for fruits and vegetables that might be helpful for you, so that it doesn't spike your insulin when you tend to have it. So just keeping in mind, having your berries, having fruit in season. Also be mindful when you're having like beets and carrots. They're high in sugar, so you might want to go to that low glycemic index on Health Canada and just check and see which ones really apply to you if you're in that category. But if just overall in general you're looking to curb that inflammation or avoid inflammation, I would say to make sure that you're having your vitamin C, you're having your fatty acids, your fatty oils, like your salmon, sardines, mackerel. Um, what else? Maybe your omega 3s. Um, I know in my house growing up, cod liver oil was a staple and vitamin C was a staple, and we just always had that. There was no escaping it, whether we wanted to or not. And I personally in my diet add a lot of berries. I try and make my salads and my food as colorful as possible, especially if I'm having like vegetables on the side, especially during the summertime, because it's so gloomy and it's so blah outside that color just makes things feel better. You're getting all those vitamins and nutrients that you need. Incorporate leafy greens. That's also really good, like your kale, your spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. For me personally, I don't make Brussels sprouts. I don't like it unless somebody really has a good recipe that they would love to share with me that would change my mind. I would be more than happy to try it. So feel free to drop that in the comments if you have a great recipe for Brussels sprouts, because it is a great source. And movement, mobility is key, because when you keep something, it's like you use WD-40 if your door is squeaking, or something's not working properly. So movement is like your WD-40. So movement is medicine, and just doing and I am going to create a video, a 10-minute yoga movement for those that feel comfortable that they can sit on the floor and do. There will be a variation for chair yoga. There will be a variation of other variations within the chair yoga, in case it's something that you may be struggling with or can't do. So keeping that in mind will help with the inflammation and the consumption of alcohol. Silent killer, I promise you. I do enjoy my wines, and everything in moderation. It's not a strict thing that I put on here that you have to give up things. I think you can eat everything in moderation, again, depending on what advice your doctor has given you. But in order to curb that inflammation or to prevent that from happening, everything in moderation. Processed food, alcohol, juice. People think having Tropicana or whatever other orange juice is out there it says it's 100% freshly squeezed orange juice, and you flip it around and you read the label and it tells you how many grams of sugar is in there. No, I mean, if that's the case, take an orange, cut it, juice it yourself, and drink it if you really, really enjoy orange juice that much. It's better to do it that way. Also, if you are looking to, make sure your sugar levels are in check, up your fiber. Chia seeds, flax seeds, oats, rolled oats. Put that into your diet, lots of water. Don't graze throughout the day unless your doctor has told you. Do not graze throughout the day, because what happens is your insulin is at this level, then you eat something and you don't know, maybe you've eaten, I don't know, oats with honey, and then your insulin is spiked up due to the honey, and then you get a crash, and then you graze a little, then you eat something, and so it looks like a heart monitor, really, and you want your insulin to be more at a steady state. So keep that in mind when you are trying to curb that. If you're going to have breakfast, or you're going to do something in the morning, or your first meal of the day, try to have at least 20 to 23 grams of protein. When I'm trying to do that, I will have 2 eggs, which has protein. I will throw in 1/4 cup or half a cup of shredded chicken and make an omelet with it. Or if I have a small little piece of steak, or I have a little piece of chicken, I'll have an omelet chicken with a little bit of avocado, which would be my fats, and then my carb would end up being like a slice of bread, sourdough bread or rye bread. Again, I get a full balance of protein, but the first bite that you take is what counts. So for me, that first bite is going to be either the chicken or the egg, right? And that is going to keep my insulin in check. When you're talking about inflammation, the biggest thing that I normally recommend and what I personally do is stay as much as I possibly can away from processed food. I go out, I drink, yes. I drink at home, yes. When I'm socializing, in moderation. So it's okay to do that. I personally enjoy tracking even if I have a glass of wine because it tells me if I can put that into my calorie intake or not. I'm not going to starve myself and have a glass of wine. I need to eat to give my body the nutrition. So it gives me the luxury of adding my alcohol. It gives me the luxury of adding my little plate of chips if I choose. Now, I love a bag of chips, and if you open it, I'd probably finish it. But I know it's not good for me, and when I do have it, I get achy and I don't feel good. So I know that that is not good for my health. So I will take what it says, like 12 chips or whatever, and I'll put it in a plate and or a bowl while I'm watching TV, and I will eat that, or I'll mix it in with my popcorn so there's a bit of a crunch with it. Another good source to have, if you know you like having chips or popcorn or something when you're watching a movie, is have edamame. It's really good. So that could be something you could look into. What else? Again, just making those healthy choices, and it doesn't come easy. It's always easier to pick up the bag of chips as opposed to putting edamame in a microwave or in the oven and putting a little bit of salt on that and having it. I am going to be coming up with other dips that include cottage cheese, so that will be a nice intake of protein, so stay tuned for that. But I think the most important and the fun part of today's video is that I wanted to throw out a challenge, a 2-week challenge to my viewers, my subscribers, and those who are new to my channel, welcome. Those who are following me every Sunday, thank you for following me and subscribing. And I would love for you to be part of this. So it's going to be a 2-week challenge, and there's 3 things that you're going to do for 2 weeks consistently. No break, no exceptions. That's what we're going to do. And I will give an alternative for those who are going to roll their eyes after I say what I say. So in my last video, I posted a link to finding your calorie deficit. What is your caloric intake? And again, being true to yourself, your age, your height, your weight, how active you are or not, and then accordingly it'll give you, I never tell people to take the extreme option. It's always the moderate one, like anywhere between 1 pound to 2 pounds a week. So pick one of those. So I would like you to do that to find your calorie intake. Your second is going to be walking. So it's going to be between 5,000 and 10,000 steps. And again, I don't know where you are at what level. So if you don't even do 5,000 steps a day, I would like you to start doing 5,000 steps a day. You don't have to do any more than that. You can break it up. You can do 15 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, maybe another 30 minutes or 15, 20 minutes in the evening after dinner. That should bring you to your steps. And plus you're moving around every day. I'm sure there are apps that you can download to count your steps, or you get a pedometer. Most people have smart watches, so use that. If you're already always hitting 5,000 steps, you're going to up that by 2,000. Okay, so that's going to be your challenge. You're going to go 2,000 over your regular amount of steps that you hit on a daily basis. If you're already at the 10,000 mark and that's what you hit, that and more, whatever is your staple. So if you know every day you're going to hit 10,000, anything over that is bonus. You can't go below that for the next 2 weeks. It is going to be 10,000 steps plus 2,000. If you're sitting at 20,000 steps, it's going to be 22,000 steps for you. Everyone's at a different level. We're just upping at wherever you are at by 2,000 for the 14 days. And the last one, and I know I'm going to get some eye rolls with this one, track your meal. Track your protein, track your carb, track your fat. Trust me, if you do this for 2 weeks, I can guarantee you are going to see a difference. You're going to see a difference in the scale. You're going to see a difference in your mood. You're going to see a difference in the way your metabolism works, your energy level, even the way your clothes fit you will feel better. So try it. And my recommendation is MyFitnessPal. I'm not getting paid by them. I'm not promoting them because of that. I use it. It works for me. It's free. I don't have to pay for the premium. It gives me a lot of options. Excuse me. So try it and see how that 1 week's working for you. I'm going to drop my Instagram handle. I'm going to put my email and the comments on this video. If you're struggling with something, put it out there. Maybe someone from the community can throw an idea out to help you. I will respond to you, let you know, and help you through it. It's a challenge. We're going to do it together. I'm going to do it with you. Now, for all of those folks that roll the eyes saying, we're not measuring our food, we're not going to track our food, you're just making us do more work, Suzanne. We're already busy and we don't have time. It's okay. What I would like you to do is you're going to, the first meal of the day, when you have, you're going to take at least 20 to 23 grams of protein. How are you going to accomplish that? I am tracking, so I'm writing, I'm typing, I'm doing that. It's working for me, but you don't have the time to do that. You don't want to download the app. You don't have time to measure. You don't have time for this. You're on the go. You're a very busy person, and that's fine. There's something known as Google and something known as ChatGPT. And say, I'm having 2 eggs and probably a fist size worth of chicken. Or I'm having 2 eggs, what will that approximately be in terms of protein? It'll throw it out there, it'll tell you. If you're having organic eggs, it should be this. If you're having brown eggs, it should be that. It'll spit that out for you, whether it's Google or it's ChatGPT. And then if you want to add and up that, if you like cottage cheese, throw some cottage cheese. Say, what is 1 tablespoon of cottage cheese? In fact, the label at the back will tell you 1/3 cup, whatever, what that protein intake is, right? At least track your protein. And automatically you will figure like, oh no, that's a lot of carbs I'm having. Like that's too big of a salad, like, you know, like a pasta bowl. You will start to, and if you don't want to download the app, just ask ChatGPT or Google, and it will give you a guesstimate of what that should potentially be. And you can either make a note on a piece of paper or on your phone, whatever works for you, and just kind of see what that is and how you're feeling. And if you're really not feeling great by the end of that week, means you're having too much of something that you shouldn't have. And that's also going to help you and help you gauge how much are you really taking in. Do you even need that much of whatever you're eating? So that works in 2 ways. You may not get the 100% result of what I mentioned earlier with the challenge, but you will find something out in that challenge. So I'm super excited to do this challenge with you. I would love to hear feedback on this. If you're struggling, if you're doing great, if this was a great idea. We're approaching summer. It's coming at some point, as we still see a lot of snow here. And then let's try something for the spring and put out another challenge and work ourselves to feeling confident and more energetic and more healthy for the summertime. Because summers we get so busy. There's barbecues and birthdays and, you know, picnics and camping and vacationing. We tend to eat a lot of things we otherwise wouldn't. And we're always in party mode because we get very little summer. So we're wanting to party and have fun. And the drinking is more, and juice, and, you know, just all the bad stuff sometimes. And we can't control what other people are serving, right? And it's not like it's not good. It's just not good for you, maybe. So again, let's try this out, and you will have access to all different ways to get in touch with me if you want to take this offline and say, hey, this is not working for me, I'm struggling to do this. And with this challenge, 8 cups of water, at least 8 cups of water, right? Maybe 4 of these bottles or 5, and start small. First week, if you don't even have any water, maybe start having a bottle and a half, but been making sure that you stick to this. And I promise you, if you follow the calorie deficit, the walking, and measuring your food, I promise you, without a doubt, you will see a difference. I will be setting a poll on Instagram and Facebook, or maybe it'll just kind of flow through on the other end for your feedback. So those who are going to do this challenge with me, and I really hope all of you do, because it's so simple and easy to do, even if you're not downloading an app, and even if you're not measuring your food, there is a way to feel good. And doing it for 2 weeks, or even the steps for 2 weeks, is going to do wonders for you. So movement is medicine, and I can guarantee that you're going to feel really good at the end of the 2 weeks. And then based on the feedback, we'll come up with another challenge, and we're going to go through that. So with that being said, I hope that you guys will enjoy that. I will, like I said, set that message out to see where everyone's at. Maybe next Sunday we can address some of the issues, or maybe if it's something that you're really struggling with, I will address it right there and then in the messages and help you with it. So I look forward to hearing from you and what you think about the challenge and how the challenge went for you. So again, recapping: inflammation, how to curb that or prevent that from happening, staying away from processed food, controlling your alcohol consumption. Not having it helps tremendously, but we all like to party, come on. So a glass here and there, and that's fine. Staying hydrated, moving, and at the same time making sure that your antioxidants, your fats, your amino acids, like all of that is in check, so you're not having to constantly have that imbalance in your body, or even have any sort of inflammation. If you have any further questions, please drop them in the comments. Any other topics you want to talk about, I have spoken to a couple of other professionals who are more than welcome and happy to come onto this channel and answer any questions you may have specifically on maybe training, food, whether for male or female, whether you're looking for HIIT or LISS. Between my guest and myself, we will answer all those questions. So if you have that, please send those over as well, and we will do an episode on that, or maybe multiple episodes. I will collaborate with someone else and we can get those questions answered. So like I leave you every Sunday, be kind to yourself, honor and listen to your body. We only have one of those, and there's only one you, and it's okay to reset, to restart, and enjoy the rest of the Sunday, the rest of your week. And I will see you next Sunday. I am super excited, looking forward for feedback. Have an awesome, awesome day. Thanks, and see you next Sunday.